It's known as the greatest stadium in the world and has been host to many historical events. But it's more than just a sports place, the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. And to tell us more about it is General Manager Joe Furin.
Well, it's almost 100 years old. We're 97 years old, so we have a centennial celebration. And that's 10 decades of unbelievable things. As you said, not just the sports, but the Olympics start everything off. That's our bookends from 1932 to 1984. But beyond that, being a place for concerts, being motor shows, automotive shows, pop culture. Evel Knievel jumped in the LA Coliseum. So you're talking religious events, political rallies, community events, fireworks shows, military celebrations. The list is endless.
You know, what's also so interesting is that USC spearheaded this big renovation project in 2018. So you guys were ready to go by the 2019 football season. $315 million project.
The stadium unfortunately had fallen into neglect and needed a lot of upgrades, and so that is why USC decided we'll continue to play there. We'll make that commitment. We'll be there for the next 100 years, but in exchange, and we'll put the money in, but in exchange we want to manage the place. So yes, it was a $300+ million project, very exciting for us.
You know, something we didn't talk about also is how it's a living memorial.
Yes.
So tell our audience about that a little, for those who are unfamiliar.
Yeah, we are a memorial to the World War I armed forces, the U.S. Armed Forces, anyone who served. Back in the 20s, coming off the heels of the end of World War I, nationwide there was a push, a large publicity movement to honor those that had served in the war. And so the community leaders wanted to build a memorial to the veterans. At about the same time, the Coliseum project was coming together, and so it was a natural fit to name it the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum.
Speaking of history too, it's helped connect people throughout the years and generations. So can you talk to me a little bit about the Coliseum and bringing people together, bringing the community together?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of my favorite parts of my job. I literally see almost every event we have, a father, a mother with a child, boy or girl, a grandparent, and you realize that all generations have been there.
It's like a generational legacy that it carries.
It really is, and it's special to meet people who tell me about their grandfather used to hop the fence and sneak in when they were 7 years old, you know, to watch a Dodgers game or something along those lines. And then you realize they're still coming and they're bringing their family with them. And so it is a very special place. It's one of the few places that can do that over time, over 97 years. That's a lot of people. We've had over 130 million people in that time frame.
So many memories, yet so many more to create, especially as we have the 2028 Olympics coming our way. Now, this Coliseum is the only Coliseum to have hosted the summer opening ceremonies. I think this will be the third time now?
Yes, in 2028, it'll become the only stadium in the world to host 3 opening ceremonies. So again, it is a legacy that no one else can touch. Part of why we like to call ourselves the greatest stadium in the world. But yes, 1932 Olympics, 1984, and then 2028. So it's going to be very exciting.
What's in the works, just especially with COVID right now? We don't know where things are going to be going.
It's a good question, and it's very interesting because we are actually very, very busy right now. The phone is ringing. There are a number of people and organizers that want to do events. They're in touch with their fan base, and they say the fans want to come. Our people want to come see this, and whether it's a car show, whether it's a rock and roll event or a sporting event, we have people that are eager to go. And so hopefully, collectively, the community we can get past the COVID challenge that we have. Restrictions will be eased up, and we can get back to business.
For you on a personal level, what does it mean to be the general manager of an establishment like this?
Well, I'm humbled. There are not too many buildings in Los Angeles that are 97 years old and still functioning. And I'm fortunate that the university made the long-term commitment and put the resources into it. So this is a building that's going to be around literally for another 100 years. So at some point, this building is going to have been in operation for 200 years. And this isn't, it's not a historic venue that is behind ropes, that is off limits. You walk it, you talk it, you touch things, you feel it. You know, you're going to climb those stairs, you're going to sit in those seats. And so if you think about that, at some point, and it's 200 years old, if we've had 160 million people in the first century, you know, you're going to double that. We're going to have over 300 million people will have gone through that. That's larger than all but 5 countries in the world. So anyways, it's humbling for me to have a small part in what is going to be a 200-plus history.
And when you manage an establishment like this, are there challenges that come along with it?
The challenges are, how do you get 50, 60, 70,000 people in a 2-hour window, enjoy the event, and then out and home again. You know, we're right in the middle of an urban setting. Traffic is the bugaboo for all stadiums, not just ours. But again, when you're attracting that many people and they descend on a place in a small concentrated area, you're going to have your challenges.
And I'm sure some of that will carry into as we prep for the 2028 Olympics. I'm going to come back to the Olympics because there's so much pride there for Angelenos and for the city. What does it mean to the people who are running this establishment?
Well, you hit it on the head when you talk about pride, because number one, it's a global focus. You know, you have eyeballs from all 7 continents across the globe looking at the Coliseum. So that's very, very special. And after the games go, they'll come and they'll go, but it is something that Angelenos will take great, great pride in for many, many years to come. You know, people still talk very, very reverently about the 1984 games and what it meant to the city and stuff like that. So this is an event that will do the exact same thing. And so again, to be involved in the details and part of something, the glue that's going to bring the community together, and then be a shining star for years and years to come is special, and we recognize that.
And you think we'll be ready to handle the capacity?
Yes, there's no doubt in my mind. You know, it's in some ways it's very special. It's the Olympics, but it's one of 5,000 events we've done, and we do them on a routine basis. And so again, as I've said, we have a good team to do it. So I'm confident we'll be able to handle it.
On a personal level, are there any hopes or dreams of an event that you'd like to see there that hasn't been done?
You know, when the event is happening, I don't see the event, I don't enjoy it. You could talk to me in the middle of a football game, and if you're a fan, you know, the defense can't stop them or the offense is, but I'm oblivious to all that stuff. So it's not so much that I don't want to say I don't enjoy it, because I very much enjoy my job, but I don't get to sit and watch the show. So my answer is no. There's nothing, because you could put my dream event on and I wouldn't be watching it. I'd be more concerned making sure, again, that you got in, you were enjoying yourself, you saw all that stuff. So no, I don't have an event. If it's perfect for you, that's good enough for me.
Joe, I'm sure an establishment like this takes a lot of manpower.
Yes, absolutely. Right now, I have a full-time staff of about 36 people. So if you were to go on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there's hardly anybody there. But if you show up on a game day and a major event, that number swells up to 4,500, 5,000 people if you were to count every security guard, every concession worker, and ultimately they funnel up where I'm overseeing all of these people.
Well, no wonder you're not enjoying the event on the day off. So it is really more than just attending an event. You're really able to sit and soak in all this history when you're there.
Absolutely. The ghosts of the Coliseum will speak to you.
I love how you say that, the ghosts of the Coliseum. We'll definitely be looking out for more exciting events when we are able to return back to the stadium. Thank you all for joining us on another episode of LA Currents.